Hi everybody, welcome back to Code Vein. So as you guys can see, since the last time we played, some things have changed. And you can hear, as always, I've got Sergei here with me, my partner in crime. So some things that have changed since we last played, and we'll go ahead and start moving through the level, is that we are on New Game Plus. We were both experiencing some internet issues over the holidays, so we weren't filming really. The Kingdom Hearts episodes, like I had said, were pre-recorded, so I had them scheduled to upload, which was a godsend. It was like a hidden blessing in disguise that I had scheduled in the drop for Christmas. But we ended up playing through the game when we had moments where it worked, but we didn't really have enough stable internet for filming.
I think I see something over there.
So we brought the new characters in and brought them from where we had left off on the story. This way we can kind of just demonstrate the story to you guys, and you guys can honestly just enjoy the cutscenes and enjoy that. So, I know. So, since we are in New Game, guys, you'll notice that we're going to be extremely overpowered because we didn't up the difficulty or anything. So a lot of enemies we're just going to tear through. We've got weapons and gear that are end game. I'm not showcasing any end game partners though. I will switch partners when we get to an area where you can use a partner of that nature. But for those of you that are curious about our setups now, I am wielding a Hellbird that is called Damarong. It is a gift from Io, who is the girl in white that you wake up with at the start of the game.
Ship is stuck on that thorn.
Then I ended up taking myself from being a gunner.
Wait, no, come this way. Remember, everything reset but the little missiles. We need to get you the big one.
Everything has reset in the world. But
oh, my heart.
As you heard from Sergei, everything resets in New Game Plus. You get your map at 100%, like by demonstrating when I pull it up. You can see that I have the whole map already unlocked because I've been through here in my previous playthrough. But we've changed
progress on quite a bit of stuff, but the big missiles, the ones you teleport to, they reset.
And a lot of stuff has changed. Like, I am no longer playing Envy. Envy kind of had her time, and I'm now playing a character. His codename is, at the moment, is Zagreus, as in the son of Hades from the game Hades. But
we do need to change.
yeah, something more suitable to what we actually built ourselves into.
I can't change mine right now.
Because you're in my world. And since we're friends, it shows you as just Sergei_Oblivion.
It shows you as Zagreus for me. I went in and changed.
Oh, maybe it's because... Maybe it's because when we go to...
No, it stayed the same. You have to go in and change it. My current codename's Sentinel, because I was thinking of doing a tanky dude. But then I found white magic, and I
guys, Sergei's character is a person that uses light abilities. I use dark. We're essentially both mages of different styles, seeing as he uses a one-handed sword in magic, I use a halberd in magic. He uses a bayonet and sword, I use a halberd and bayonet. Though I've never really used the bayonet. So, cutscene time, boys and girls, and you'll now be seeing the cutscenes from my perspective. So, now that we got you all caught up,
This is gonna be a cutscene intensive episode.
it will be, because you guys are gonna see us kind of tear through these bosses and be like, man, some players, you might find it a little boring that we're able to kill these bosses with great ease. We really kind of just want to demonstrate the game, and then if you guys like it, you'll be able to get it yourselves. Now,
I have this guy's weapon plus 10.
now, on the other hand, something that we can do.
Hey game, you know what would be lovely? If you actually hit this guy with my axe.
Much obliged.
Oh, that annoys me. I had him with that. That would have been beautiful.
He gets a major damage reduction. Oh yeah, I forgot to do this.
So, guys, something that you will be seeing, and it will be something that I will be doing is that when, say, I have to go through a cutscene that involves a character's memories, I will be skipping it. The memories take forever, and if you really want to see them, get Code Vein for yourselves. Trust me, if you're a Dark Souls fan or even an anime game person, this is your cup of tea. And I've got to fight myself from not hitting skip, because I'm so used to skipping cutscenes, because I've already seen this stuff a million times. By the way, for anyone that is actually curious, and we may actually get it caught on screen when filming, both me and Sergei are really close to actually platinuming Code Vein.
Yep.
Blood vein here leads to the old city.
The first run got me a lot. I have to beat it 2 more times. You have to beat it just this one time. And then we have to grind out the Marks of Honor. And
The
people,
marks of
this is
the
run with
the marks of
bad
honor.
Hey, look at that.
The marks of honor. We will not be filming as farm for those, because that's just we're gonna just do a little possible
and grind the
little
mini bosses
possible cheat
over
that we
and
found
over.
for it. So we don't want to bore you with it, but
Okay, I'm going to the next area. Ooh, presents. Who's it from? Louis, you didn't need to. Thank you. You darling, darling boy.
It's him.
Next area is the
Careful.
Howling
It's the
Pit.
hunter. Is that woman his
Ooh,
yeah,
you
I'm
have
still in a
lot.
cutscene.
Yeah, there's 2 cutscenes in the Howling Pit. No, 3. For the boss, midway through, and at the very beginning. Then there's a cutscene.
Like I said,
on the-
anything that involves memories, I'll be skipping. Yeah, I know what everyone's thinking when you see those right there. Damn, those are some big titties. It's past 2 minutes, I can say it.
Dude, it's not a swear word.
I mean,
I don't know what your story is.
Now,
hey, I'll say what I
You
want
should-
every 2 minutes.
they're big ass knockers. Or whatever the hell else is in that one meme that Markiplier watched. Where
Those are some
Wasn't
big
that-
honka honkas.
Hungankaroos?
Those are some big honkaroos.
Yeah, that one. Now, that one is always makes
What
me
just
laugh.
happened?
Okay. So,
Hungangas. Sorry.
something that we're gonna start doing is that I'm gonna start telling stories when we play games, and it's gonna be parts from my life. Now, to give these people an amenity that I know of,
Anyway, to be like red barrier and a singing girl? I don't understand any of it.
that way nobody's names get told, or nobody can really indicate who these people were since no one knows my personal life. So, in our Kingdom Hearts 3 episode 2, I told the story of my friend Harold, whose car went off a cliff with us in it. It was a pretty hilarious experience, in all honesty. Oh, cool, present. Pound cake. So, I'm currently going after an achievement, everyone, where if you get 30 presents, you get the achievement. Now, I don't know if the stuff from my previous save will transfer over or not. And I'm going to go back to home base really quick, everyone. I'll give you a tour of the home base because I don't know if I've shown you any videos where I've been in the home base yet for Code Vein. Also, if it does happen, you guys might actually see me change this character's hair, eye color, and hair color later. I've got a friend who's actually currently drawing OC art for me, and from what he had to say, things should be promising. I should see some updates here in the next couple of days.
And the same friend is also drawing mine OC on behest of Cerberus here. So my
And
characters
then we'll be
will also
uploading
change.
those images of our new OC arts to the channel as part of the icon. So, guys, this is home
Backdrop
base.
might be- weren't we talking about making the backdrop when you go in the both of our characters
Like for
sitting
the
down
banner.
together?
See, I'd like something like that, but it might just be individual photos because I don't think I'll be honestly able to get him to
It's fine.
want to
Yeah.
draw that. So it might be each character individually, and then what I might do is that I'll open up some type of art project to get it into one photo where it's the two of them in one photo, like standing together in the same photo, at least.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay then.
Oh, horny people are gonna be very, very
So,
happy about
at this point, don't we go back to, like, the
That
parking?
can go down the hole.
Yeah, we go down the hole now. So, guys, I guess it's time to tell the story, another story involving Harold. Like I said, Harold was this old guy that used to be really good friends with me. Well, Harold was kind of a douche. And as we got older, Harold became a douche, I should say. Sergei knows Harold as my douchebag old DM, is what I refer to him to Sergei as. Because When we got older, Harold became a DM, and he was our dungeon master for Dungeons and Dragons. And so
Now this place is a home for the lost.
okay. You still here with me, Sergei?
Yep.
Okay, you kind of went quiet for a second. Do forgive me.
It's story time!
I've got to make my way through, and I just wanted to make sure that you were quiet because of that, not because of something else. But alright, guys.
It's fine.
So,
Oh my,
one day,
my health.
Harold's mom, let's call her, and if Sergei would like, I'll let him pick a female name.
Bridget.
Bridget?
Sure. Brigitte.
Brigitte.
My mic's on Overwatch, I'm sorry.
By the way, after this episode, you guys might be actually able to see some Overwatch footage. We do have to upload another video, and we've been wanting to do some Overwatch, but sadly, every time we have, I've accidentally messed up our footage and lost it.
And then, when Kaiju's in, that we turn into PA systems!
But, actually, the last time we filmed with Kaiju, or tried to, it didn't end up that bad.
Okay.
But the internet screwed up on us.
The reason why my mind was on it was because Jack and I played some, and we were doing the random heroes, and I got Brigitte or Bridget.
Okay, we will call her Brigitte. So,
Okay.
his mom, Brigitte, she didn't like being called Mrs. Johnson, so she hated being called Mrs. Johnson. Yes, the last name is also there for anonymity, but she was always like, oh, hey, no, call me Brigitte, and I was like, okay.
Why am I having the thought process of the growl with the rumble in the back of your throat right now? I can't ever do that sound, but Rhino.
And she was a straight up MILF. Like, all the guys in school were always like, dude, you better be careful, because I might make her end up making me your stepdaddy boy. And I always feel bad for Harold. Well, Brigitte ends up going out drinking, gets really, really drunk, like comes stumbling into the home when she gets home drunk. And Harold's like, dude, I think my mom's home really drunk. At this time, I'm living with Harold, Brigitte, and John, who was his stepdad. And John's gone for a few days. He had to go off on a business trip. And her and John had had some rocky roads and some rocky paths. Well, Harold goes to go help his mom get into the house. He, after like 3 minutes, because our room wasn't that far from the front door of the house. Well, after 3 minutes, he comes back, and he's got this terrified look on his face. Like, he is pale. Like, it looks like he just saw a dead body.
Why am I thinking he just saw somebody following his mom?
And I'm like, Harold, what's going on, dude? Like, why are you so freaked out? And he comes back, and he goes, Cerberus. And he's like crying, and I'm like, dude, what's wrong? Everything's gonna be fine. And he goes, Cerberus, my mom. I helped her in, but then she gave me a hug, and I'm like, okay, what's wrong with a hug, dude? Nothing's wrong with a hug. And he's like,
Oh, I remember this story.
and he goes, but when she hugged me, she grabbed my ass and said I had a really nice ass. And I like turned to him and I'm like, dude, are you sure? Maybe she's just that drunk. And he turns and he goes, yeah, dude, I'm that sure. And I'm like, okay, dude, don't worry. I'll go help your mom get in and get to her room and everything will be fine. Well, that was the first mistake I had made.
Size is unbelievable. Choose your ground well.
I definitely
It's like
should not. I just died. Everybody, you just saw that happen, and my stomach went into my gut when I did that. I took the wrong jump off of the thing into the hole, and like got a little dizzy from it. Ooh.
Yeah.
But so
I hate places that do this.
so I
And
go
in
out.
Dark Souls 1, I hate the poison area so fucking much because of it.
I go out to the living room to go help Brigitte to her room. And she is drunk as a skunk. She's wearing her, like, one of her normal outfits, which, like, she was a really laid-back woman. She had a couple kids, but was still young. So, like, whenever she'd go out, it was like she wore a pair of jeans, some tennis shoes, and then, like, she had on, like, a black tank top
pass or what?
that was slightly low cut. Like the I'm trying to look young, but I know I'm still older kind of deal. And so Brigitte then goes, "Oh, Cerberus, I'm so happy to see you." And I'm like, "What's up, Brigitte? I'm more than happy to help you get to where you're going." And she's like, "Thanks so much. You're such a good kid. You know that?" And I'm like, thank you." And she's like, "You're always keeping Harold out of trouble. Like, I swear, I think like if it wasn't for you, Harold would probably be in juvie by now." And I'm just like, that's your son you're talking about. Like, are you sure you want to say, like, these kind of mean things about him? She's like, "Oh, don't worry. Harold knows it." And then she's like, "But there's something else I need to say to you." And I'm like, "What's up, Brigitte? What is it?" And she goes, "I want you to know that I love you." And I'm like, "I love you too." Because, like, I saw her like a second mom, being that my mom had passed and that I didn't really have family that I really got along with. Well, here's where things get really weird and messed up. She then leans in, whispers in my ear, and she goes, "No, I mean, I love you, like, more than a son." And my eyes get really big, and I'm like, what? And she's like, "I want to prove how much I love you." And I'm looking at my bedroom door now, and Harold's standing in the doorway, and Harold's looking at me like, "What's going on, bro?" And I'm like, looking back at him, and I'm just like, giving him this look like, "Dude, your mom's coming on to me." All these jokes about people almost becoming your new stepdaddy, And so, what happens is that she then tells me to go to her room with her, and the moment she says that, I know what's about to happen if I actually, like, full on embrace
Sorry. Moving out.
this part of me. And I'm like, I was a teenage boy at this time. I was like maybe 17 or 16. And I was like, dude, if your mom says this, I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold back. And she's like, come on, let's have some fun. Like, let me show you how much I like you. And I'm like, oh no. I'm like, she said it, I'm going. And he pulls me aside and begs me to not sleep with Brigitte. And I, like, the most sad, horny teenager ever moment where you're like, I had a chance to fuck my friend's mom and I had to turn it down so I could be a real bro. At this point in my life, I'm like, I totally should have done it if I knew he'd become this much of a douche later on. And I got a cutscene for you all.
You made it down the hole?
Mm-hmm.
Just cut straight through the mist. I'll take a bit more than that to keep us from getting lost. Let's take a break here. Oh, this? It's called onigiri. It's a kind of food that's easy to carry around. Not that there's any point in eating food for a revenant. Although we may thirst for blood, we never grow hungry. Still, I think that makes eating all the more meaningful for us. We fight. We drink blood. We revive. We fight some more. Our lives are pretty much one endless loop. But every time you go around, you almost forget that we were all human once. If I completely lost the memory of my human past, I wouldn't be me anymore. I would just be something in the shape of me. I'd look like a revenant, but on the inside I'd be no different than a lost. What's the point of living like that? I served in the army, back before I became a revenant. We always used to eat these things when we were out on missions. I guess it helps me remember. It was a miserable time, but I made some good friends that I shouldn't let myself forget. This stuff doesn't really taste that great, but eating it always reminds me of those friends. So, I guess you could say it helps me stay me. It's been an important companion in my life.
Okay, cutscene over.
Come on, let's get going.
For the most part. I thought it was over, but...
Being in town, after this area, you can bring one of your favorite characters as your sidekick.
We may never be able to find each other again.
Because usually we get a hold of them after this area anyway.
Alright, guys. So, there's only a few minutes left of the episode, so I'm going to finish with the ending of this story. While I kind of just chill by the missile. After I rest here, really quick. So what happened is that Harold's mom starts leading me to the room as she starts undressing, and I'm just like, finally, something I've been wanting all my life. Well, Harold turns to me, pulls me away, and begs me. Like, I mean, this kid is pleading with me to not fuck his mom. And sadly, because of him being my bro, I decided not to. And later that night, both of us, and I mean both of us, and her room was like 4 bedrooms down. The two of us just heard her going to town on herself, and it was hardcore. Like, we had to like look at each other, and we're like, what the fuck? And that's the end of the story, guys.
Beautiful story.
I got some better ones, dude. But that's just one of the
You wanna
funniest
know
ones I
why
like to
is it
tell.
nice? My HP is 2,969.
Nice. So, guys,
Nice.
that's
I love it.
it for our episode 3 of Code Vein. We will be seeing you guys in the next episode, and don't forget to like and subscribe, share the channel with your friends, and if you guys have any games that you'd like to see us do, we'll let you know if we have them or not if you comment. And hopefully you guys all had a wonderful holiday, and we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Bye.